It's 2 a.m. The house is completely quiet. And then you feel it. That strange sensation that something in the room has changed. You open your eyes, and there's your dog, sitting perfectly still, staring directly at the wall, not moving, not making a sound, just watching something that isn't there. If you've ever seen this, you know exactly how unsettling it feels. Your mind goes to the obvious places. Ghosts, something paranormal, something your dog can sense that you can't. And honestly, that explanation is a lot more comforting than the real ones. Because the real reasons your dog stares at the wall at night are more fascinating, more complex, and in some cases, more important than any ghost story. Today we're going to go through all of them, one by one. By the end of this video, you'll never look at that wall-staring moment the same way again. Let's start with the one that surprises almost everyone. Your dog is not staring at the wall. Your dog is staring through it. Dogs have hearing that is 4 times more powerful than ours. They can detect frequencies between 40 Hz and 65,000 Hz. We top out at around 20,000. What does that mean in real life? It means your dog can hear a mouse moving inside the wall cavity, a pipe vibrating 3 rooms away, the neighbor's TV through 2 layers of drywall, a car turning onto your street before you could possibly know it exists. When your dog locks onto that wall at 2 a.m. with absolute focus, they are almost certainly tracking a sound, a real, physical, completely explainable sound that your brain doesn't even register as noise. They're not seeing something. They're hearing something. And the intensity of the stare? That's concentration. That's a dog doing exactly what their instincts were built to do: locate, track, and monitor a potential source of interest. The wall is just where the sound is coming from. Now here's the second reason. And this one is even more impressive. Your dog's nose is working while you're asleep. A dog's sense of smell is estimated to be between 10,000 and 100,000 times more sensitive than a human's. That's not a typo. 100,000 times. The part of your dog's brain that processes smell is proportionally 40 times larger than yours. So when your dog is sitting motionless, staring at a wall in the middle of the night, there's a real chance they're not just hearing something behind it. They're smelling something behind it. A rodent, a nest, an insect colony, something that has been slowly establishing itself inside your walls without you having any idea. Your dog knew before any visible sign appeared, before any sound you could detect, before the problem announced itself. That wall stare? It might be your dog telling you, there is something living in here. It's not magic. It's biology. Let's move to something a little different. Not all nighttime wall staring is about the wall. Sometimes your dog isn't locked onto anything external at all. Sometimes they're experiencing something internal. There is a condition called canine cognitive dysfunction. You can think of it as the dog equivalent of dementia. It affects a significant percentage of dogs over the age of 10, and the numbers rise steeply with age. One of the most recognizable symptoms is exactly what we've been describing: staring at walls, staring into corners, staring at nothing for extended periods, especially at night. This happens because the dog's spatial awareness and memory are being disrupted. They become confused about where they are. The familiar room feels wrong. The walls feel like something they need to figure out. Other signs of canine cognitive dysfunction include disrupted sleep patterns, getting stuck in corners, forgetting trained behaviors, increased anxiety, and changes in how they interact with you. If your dog is older and the wall staring has become frequent or has appeared suddenly alongside any of these other changes, please take this seriously. Talk to your vet. It's not something to panic about, but it is something to act on early. The sooner it's identified, the better your dog's quality of life can be managed. Let's talk about something on the opposite end of the age spectrum. Younger dogs and puppies stare at walls too, and the reasons are completely different. Puppies are in a constant state of sensory calibration. Everything is new. Every sound, smell, and vibration is being filed, categorized, and cross-referenced for the first time. A puppy staring at a wall isn't confused or unwell. They're learning. They heard something. They don't know what it is yet. So they stare. They listen. They process. It looks eerie to us. To them, it's homework. Young adult dogs do it for similar reasons. A new home, a new neighborhood, new sounds in the night. The wall is where the information is coming from, and they're going to sit there until they've figured it out. If your young dog does this occasionally and seems otherwise normal, playful, eating well, happy during the day, this is almost certainly just them being a dog. Don't overthink it. Now let's talk about something that most dog content never covers. Focal seizures. This is a rarer cause of wall staring, but it's important to know about. A focal seizure is a neurological event that affects only part of the brain. Unlike the dramatic full-body seizures most people picture, focal seizures in dogs can look very subtle. A dog experiencing a focal seizure might suddenly freeze and stare blankly at nothing. They might snap at invisible flies. They might chew the air, twitch one side of their face, or seem completely unreachable even if you call their name. It can look almost exactly like wall staring. The key difference is to watch for. The episode comes on suddenly with no apparent trigger. The dog doesn't respond to you at all during it. The episode ends and the dog seems confused, disoriented, or unusually tired afterward. If this matches what you've seen, film it next time it happens. Show your vet the video. Focal seizures are manageable, but they need a diagnosis. And catching it early makes all the difference. Let's come back to something more common now, because the previous two are real but relatively rare. The most frequent cause of nighttime wall staring, by far, is something called heightened sensory alertness. And it's completely normal. Dogs are not fully domesticated animals. Under the family pet, under the soft blanket on your couch, there is still a predator. An animal whose entire nervous system was designed around detecting threats and opportunities. At night, when the house quiets down and the sensory noise of the day fades away, that nervous system wakes up. Subtle sounds become loud. Faint smells become strong. The vibration of a truck 3 streets away travels through the floor, and your dog feels it in their paws. And they sit, and they track, and they stare. This is not anxiety. This is not fear. This is a dog being fully, completely, magnificently a dog. Most of the time, after a minute or two, they'll decide the sound or the smell is not worth pursuing. They'll shake it off, circle twice, lie back down, and you'll go back to sleep wondering what they saw. They didn't see anything. They heard everything. Now let's talk about what you should actually do when this happens. First, stay calm. Your energy matters. If you react with fear or alarm when you see your dog staring at the wall, you are telling them the thing you sensed is worth being afraid of. That makes the behavior worse, not better. Instead, calmly get up. Check the wall. Check the room. Nothing there? Go back to bed. Invite your dog to settle down with you. Your calm presence tells them, I checked. It's fine. You can stand down. Second, if it happens regularly in the same spot, pay attention. Your dog might be tracking a persistent smell or sound. Could be plumbing. Could be pests. Could be nothing. But it's worth noting the pattern. Third, if the behavior has changed recently, more frequent, more intense, happening in a dog that never did it before, or appearing alongside any other behavioral or physical changes, go to the vet. Don't Google it. Don't wait. Go. Because sometimes the wall staring is just a dog being a dog. And sometimes it's your dog trying to tell you something is wrong. The difference is almost always visible to a professional. And the window to act is often shorter than you think. There's something poetic about all of this when you step back and look at it. Your dog is lying there in the dark, perfectly still, tuned into a world of information that you simply cannot access. Frequencies you can't hear, smells you can't detect, vibrations you can't feel. And they're not scared. They're not confused. They're doing what they were built to do, watching over the space you share, monitoring what's happening beyond the walls of your home so that you don't have to. The next time you wake up at 2 a.m. and see your dog staring at the wall, you don't have to feel uneasy. You can feel something else. Grateful that in the dark, while you sleep, something extraordinary is paying attention. Something that loves you enough to keep watch. If this video made you look at your dog a little differently, drop a comment below. Tell me the strangest thing your dog has ever stared at. And if you want to keep going deeper into the hidden world of what your dog actually experiences, subscribe. We go further every single week. Your dog is not staring at nothing. They never were.